Welcome to another video on how to jump into Temtem's player versus player scene and live to tell the tale. Hope you're ready to learn. Assigning TVs, aka TV spreading. TVs are the in-game method by which you can upgrade Temtem stats prior to battling in competitive matches. You have a total of 1,000 TVs that you can invest in stats across your team. And once you know what role each of your Tems will be playing, you'll need to provide them with enough TVs to make them effective. One of the most frequently asked questions by new players is, how should I spend my TVs? A good idea is to think about those 1,000 TVs as your budget. To stay within budget, you must have a clear idea of the playstyle you're going to follow. Set yourself goals and invest up to the value needed to reach that goal. If you're having trouble deciding where to spend those TVs, just ask yourself, is the benefit worth X% of my TV budget? If the answer is yes, then great. Repeat the process with the next goal until you run out of TVs. If the answer is no, then it's time to adjust your TV spread. Different TV spreads can make a huge difference in how a Temtem performs in battle. Let's take Gialis for example, a Temtem who has enough speed and attack to be a glass cannon in an aggro archetype, but has good enough defensive stats to be included in mid-range archetypes, with a TV spread more focused on defense. Same Temtem, but the TV distribution can result in two very different playstyles. Aggro. As you already know, these teams are made of frail but hard-hitting Tems. The TV distribution would follow this order. For stamina, you calculate the stamina you'd need for a 3 to 4 technique rotation. Remember that gears like Fake Beard or Sweatband can make this much easier. As for speed, you'd usually look for the higher speed breakpoint, even if that means playing the Temtem with its maximum possible speed. Don't worry if you don't know what this is yet. You'll learn it soon. If you have the TV budget to spare, then we recommend investing in some small but impactful defensive changes. Take Kapire, for example, who needs 50 TVs on health points, but only 4 TVs in special defense to hold its ground against a Whiplump's water cannon, even if said Whiplump had the full 500 TVs on special attack. Check out some of the damage calculators linked in the description. To round out your spending, the rest of your TVs would go to that Temtem's predominant attack type, be it attack or special attack. And with that, your aggro team should have a competitive TV spread. Mid-range. These teams look for a balanced team composition, where swapping Tems in and out of battle to gain positional advantage is key. Tems in these archetypes usually have a high investment in HP and main attack type, leaving speed as a secondary consideration. For stamina, you'd calculate the rotation for 3 to 4 techs, just like we did before for the aggro TV spread. On speed, even though many of the Tems in this archetype don't need a high investment of TVs, some Tems can require certain key speed breakpoints. These breakpoints are usually reserved for priority moves. If the Temtem doesn't have an interesting speed mark, you may want to skip this step and invest into bulk, aka making them big, tough, and chunky. As for defense, the investment into health points should usually be as high as possible, and some go even further and add TVs to defense or special defense. If a Temtem's role is to be a pivoting tank, this investment can be total, like on Calibus, Guldur, or Nidrasil, where all TVs possible go to health points, and both types of defenses are given equal amounts of the remaining TVs. Finally, all leftover TVs for each Temtem should be invested into their main attack type. Stall. There are 2 main roles in a stall-based team: carries and supports. The stamina investment in these teams is high, since this composition is designed to have Tems on the field of battle for as long as possible. The 81 and 101 total stamina are good marks to hit, so long as the investment isn't too costly. In general, you wouldn't invest much on speed since you're interested in defense for supports and offense for carries, However, there are some exceptions where a player might look for interesting speed marks, like Pidgepick and Bamboozle. The defensive investment for this archetype should be the highest possible, both in health points and the 2 types of defense. You want these Temtem to have staying power. Save your offensive TVs for your carries without overlooking their defense. You can achieve polished defensive calculations that will let you perform an offensive composition later. See you in the next video!